Continuing on with the horn here, I'm just going to duplicate this down. So Shift DY and move that down. Shift DY and do that again. And then these down here are a little bit smaller, it looks like, but I'll just press Shift DY and bring this down like this. And then let's tab into edit mode, and in vertex mode, let's just grab these and move them in about like that. And then let's duplicate this, Shift DY and move that down. And maybe this one could be a little bit smaller. Let's see, something like that. And then let's get the next row, Shift DX. I'll put this here, and maybe we can grab these and move these out. And then let's Shift DY here to duplicate. Maybe a little bit farther in. Shift DY. This one looks like it needs to come in a bit. We'll duplicate this one and bring it in some like this. And then let's do one more here. Shift DY. I'll bring this in like this. Something like this. And I guess we need another one down here. Let's do that. And I'll take this and move it out. And then I'm going to scale it down and move it up. Just a bit like this. I think that's what we're seeing here. So something like that. All right. So now we could take all of these and join them together. Control J. And then let's do the top part up here. And for this, for these curves and for the curves all the way around, maybe we should use a circle. So I'll press Shift A, Mesh, Circle. And let's scale this down to get it about where we want it. Maybe something like this. And then if we tab into edit mode, there's the points. And let's just hit E to extrude and then S to scale and scale in a bit. And then we're going to need to delete some things. So maybe we delete these here for this space here. And then we delete something like this here. Well, maybe like that. Trying to figure out where to put the spaces between these curved ones here. I think maybe like this, since there are 4 each here. Let's do that, and we'll also do the ones over here on the other side like this. And then we delete and delete faces. Okay. Now let's take those, go to the side view, and let's bring them up to where these are, and then hit EZ to pull them down. Oh, let's hit Z again and then bring those down like that. And then we kind of need to round out the corners of these. So let's tab into edit mode and just select all of these edges all the way around. And these, and I think that's, oh, no, we've got one more here and one more here. And now I think that's it. Okay. Let's go back to object mode. Our scale is uniform, but it isn't 1. So I'll go ahead and press Control A and apply the scale there. And then let's just press Control B here in edit mode and scroll the mouse wheel and pull out for those rounded edges like that. And then back to the top view with the 7 key on the numpad, and we will just grab this one with the L key. Press Shift D and we'll move this down like this. And then Shift D Y. I'm going to scale it in some. Move this down like this. And maybe one more very small one down here. Something like that. And then we probably need to make these the same height as everything else. Yeah, so they're a little bit smaller. So let's just bring this up to here. Bring this up like this. Bring that up. So you can see I'm just trying to get these in line, that's all. Maybe I'll take these and bring them down. These and bring them down. And these and bring these down like this. Okay. I think that helps there. Now that we've got these in place, let's mirror them over. So for this, let's mirror this over. I'll move the origin to the 3D cursor, add modifier, mirror, and there we go. Now for this, they are still part of that circle on the outside. So we could do this a couple of ways. We could select each of these and split them off into their own object. We could also take these and delete them and then mirror the whole thing over. So just really depends on what you want to do. I'll just go ahead and delete these. And then it looks like our origin is here in the center. So let's add a mirror modifier here. And there we go. All right, so now we've got our cutting object. Let's first of all apply the mirror modifiers here. And then let's join everything together into all one object with Control J. We could probably smooth it and then turn on our auto smooth down here. There we go. We could probably take it and maybe make it a little bit taller. SZ, something like that. Now let's try and cut these holes into that horn object. I'm going to change the name of this to cutter. I just like to use that term for this particular kind of thing, so we know what that is. And then let's bring the horn back. There it is there. I'm going to shrink this down quite a bit and turn it. And I'm going to hit the G key and bring it up into here. Now I'm going to scale it down so it's the proper size. I will change from global to local transformation. Let's take this and move it right into here. And I want to scale it down a bit so it fits in there. Now what let's do is let's actually do the cutting. I think I'm going to apply the scale to the cutter object. Control A, apply the scale. Looks like I've got the scale applied for the horn object. So with that horn object selected, I'm going to come back over to the modifiers panel, and I'll add modifier and add a Boolean. Now we've got 3 different types of Boolean operations, but I'm going to go with difference. And we need to tell the Boolean modifier what object we want to do the cutting. And since we've named that cutter, we can just pull the menu down and choose that here. With this object still selected, the horn object, I'm going to go over to the object data properties and turn on auto smooth. And that cleans that up quite a bit. And then what we can do is go back to the modifiers panel, pull this down and click apply. All right, now let's pull the cutter out and take a look. Okay, yeah, let's put this back onto here. I'm going to hide this. I'll just click there. And then let's bring everything back and take a look at it. I'm going to unhide all of these and this. Let's see what we think. Yeah, I think it's coming along. So for the next video, let's work on these springs here on either side of the horn.